Hello everyone, Jai Shri Krishna. I welcome you all on behalf of Hindu Parivar and Narayan School Parivar. I am here today to introduce myself, to introduce the subject to you, and also to tell you how the subject is going to be helpful in your future pursuits and your future career. Fine. My name is Padma Sadani and I am associated with this institution for around a year. It's been more than a year now. But my teaching experience is more than 20 years. Since 20 years I am into this academics. To start with, I started my career with a school teacher in 1990. Before that, I finished my graduation with BCom, post-graduation with MCom. I also did my 2 diploma courses in marketing and the another one in marketing and sales management. So 2 courses, one in marketing sales management and another in business management. After that, after working with a school for 2 different schools for 7 years and 2 years respectively, that is 9 years in all, I joined MS University as a lecturer. There I worked for around 8.5 years. I became assistant professor there, and I also cleared NET. I also cleared GSET examination, which is equivalent to NET examination, there which was required for the lectureship. After doing that, in around 2016, I left India and I went to UAE. I was lucky enough, with the grace of God, I got that exposure to work at international level, and I taught in few colleges and schools in UAE in all different, in different Emirates. I also taught in Dubai, in Sharjah, in Abu Dhabi and in Ajman. So these are the 4 Emirates where I taught. I was there for around 2 years. In 2018, I returned back to India. In 2019, I joined Hindu and Narayan Parivar, and since then I am teaching here in these 2 institutes. In your school, I will be taking up the subject of OCM. So OCM would be the subject that you will be studying in your 11th as well as 12th. This is the common subject you will be having in both the classes. As far as the subject is concerned, what all things we are going to study and how it is going to be useful and where it is going to be useful in your future, that I'll give you a brief idea of that. Now see, this OCM, as the name suggests, it is popularly known as the short form acronym only. The full form of the subject is Organization of Commerce and Management. This is the full form of the subject. This is the subject which is a new nomenclature that has been given. In the earlier years, the same subject was known as BO, that is Business Organizations. Then Organization of Commerce, OCM, BA, Business Administration. So there were many names which were given to this subject. This is a new name that has been given since the last few years, and that is Organization of Commerce and Management. Now, as the subject name says, it is self-explanatory. It has got 2 parts. It is divided into 2 broad categories: Organization of Commerce and Management. In 11th, what you are going to study is Organization of Commerce, and in 12th, you will be studying entire Management. So this is how the subject is divided into 2 portions. The first portion is Organization of Commerce, which you will be studying in class 11, and the second is Management, that we will be studying in 12th standard. Now this subject is almost same, it is at par, it is same as the subject of Business Studies, which is taught in CBSE. So in CBSE they have got a similar subject which with little more details, and the name of that subject is Business Studies. Now this subject is going to be there whenever till the time you study your commerce, this subject is going to be there. At what level, what is the name of that subject that you will be studying, I'll tell you. After 12th, in 12th you will be studying, in 11th you are studying Organization. of Commerce. In the level of 12th, you will be studying entirely management. Now after 12th, if you go for BCom, say for example, you may go for BCom, you may go for BBA, and then eventually BCom. After that, after 3 years of BCom, you can also go for BBA. You can go for BCom honors also. In MS University they have got a different course of BCom honors. Then they also have BBA. You may go for BBA, you may go for courses like CA, you may go for courses like CS later, and you may go for courses like CW, ICW, that is also known as CW. Cost and Works Accountant, Chartered Accountant, Company Secretaries, Bachelor of Business Administration and Bachelor of Commerce. Now after this you can go for post graduation. BCom later on you may go for PG, post graduation of MCom. BBA you can post graduate in MBA. Now at all these levels you have got certain subjects which are connected to this subject, that is OCM. In BCom, in first year you have a subject of functional management. You also have a subject of SPB, this is known as FM. There is a subject of SPB, Structure and Process of Business. Structure and Process of Business. This is at first year level. In the second year you also have POM, Principles of Management. And this Principles of Management, the entire base is in your 12th Standard Management. So the 12th Standard Management is the base of this. Your 11th Standard Management is the base of Functional Management and SPB. Whatever you will be studying in 11th Standard will be the base of what you are going to study at your BCom level or your BBA level. Almost similar subjects with little difference in the name. Say for example, elements of management, instead of principles of management, they may use the words elements of management. Functional management, they may also have business organization and BBA. So at BBA, from different institutes, if you do BBA, if you see the courses of BBA and the syllabus of BBA and subjects of different universities, different institutes, there is a little change in the names, but the content remains the same. At the graduation level, in the initial years, you will study certain subjects which are directly related to, which are having direct base in your 11th standard, and certain subjects that you will be studying which will be having the base in your 12th standard. You also have certain subjects like ESPME, Entrepreneurship and Small Business Management, ESBM. This is one of the subjects. They also have subjects like HRM, and these all subjects repeat at MCom level also. At MCom level, they have got consumer behavior. There is a subject known as CB, consumer behavior. So all these subjects, which are, they also have POM, principles of management. Okay. So they may have the similar subject with little bit more content. The subject name may not change. Again, with universities, different universities, they may have different names of the subject, although the content is the same. In BBA also you will have the same kind of subjects. I have taught to the students of BBA and BCom in MS University. I have personally taught lot many students of MBA also, of different universities like Navrajna University, Parul University and MS University. So their subject almost remain the same. With a little bit change in the names, the content is always the same, and those contents are there as they are there, but not in that much detail, of course, but they are there in your 11th and 12th. What I mean to say here is whatever you will be studying in your 11th and 12th standard is going to be the base of what you are going to study in future and whatever career you are going to pursue. In CA also you have got almost the same subjects. I have taught CA students also and CS students also. Even at the foundation level they have got these subjects. and even at the advanced level also these subjects appear. These are certain subjects. This OCM along with economics. Economics is also equally important. Whether you go for some account based professional course or theory based professional course, whatever professional course you choose, you are going to have these subjects at least for 2 years. Maybe in the third year they may go for specialization, but initial year they are going to have all these subjects for you and you are going to study them. They are compulsory subjects. You will not be having any option in that. Okay. So as far as the subject is concerned and its future prospects are concerned, this is how it is going to be there in your future studies. What all things we are going to study in 11th standard in your subject, that we will have a look now. Now this subject, that is OCM, Organization of Commerce and Management, it's considered to be a very practical subject. Practical doesn't mean here you have calculations and sums. It is not a practical subject like accounts. Accounts is also known as a practical subject and OCM and economics are generally known as theory subjects. But according to me, OCM is not only a theory subject, it has got a lot of practical connection. So what people do practically, what we see day in and day out, whatever we see, we observe in our surroundings, whatever goes around us, all those things are there in the OCM. Whatever you see is actually nothing but the OCM. You see people doing their businesses, you see people working and entering into economic activities, buying and selling. All those things will be studied here. We will also be studying banking, we will be also studying insurance, warehousing and lot many other such supporting services. So basically, you are going to study whatever actually happens practically in our life. So in that sense, this subject is going to be a practical subject. We are going to study very basics in the initial 2-3 chapters. The initial 2-3 chapters are going to be basics. Right from chapter 5th, 6th, 7th, then a bit some advanced terminologies will appear. You will be studying concepts like what is trade, what is commerce. Now you have decided to opt for commerce, you are into commerce, 11th commerce, and this is going to be your base for whatever future career you choose. The commerce is going to be the base. Trade, so should know what actually commerce means. So that is what we are going to study here. तो ट्रेड क्या है वो हम पढ़ेंगे, कॉमर्स क्या है ये भी हम इसमें पढ़ेंगे. We are also going to study the concept like what is industry. We are also going to study the sectors, various sectors of the economy. We are also going to study economic, very basic, economic and non-economic activities. These are the activities that we are going to study. This is the basic chapter, the first chapter only. In first chapter only you are going to study all this. I from my side will be in the introduction itself. I am going to teach you, I am going to tell you, I am going to give you a very detailed idea of how commerce and economics actually are related to each other. They are connected subjects. So how they both evolved years back, how their evolution, उनकी शुरुआत कैसे हुई. कॉमर्स और इकोनॉमिक्स ये दोनों जुड़े हुए सब्जेक्ट्स हैं और इन दोनों सब्जेक्ट की शुरुआत सालों पहले किस तरह से हुई, किस तरह से उनमें चेंजेस आए, किस तरह से उसमें डेवलपमेंट आया और अभी एट दिस स्टेज वो किस लेवल पर है और उसमें क्या क्या चेंजेस हो सकते हैं, ये सब कुछ आपको उसके इवोल्यूशन में मैं समझाऊंगी. लेकिन वो कब, once I tell you all these basic concepts, what are these basic concepts that we are going to study. Let me just give you an overview of your syllabus. After that, when we start with our evolution, you are going to get a very clear idea of how this commerce and economics and management came into existence. how are they related to each other, and how day by day new changes are occurring in them, how development is taking place. There is no subject, there is no subject in which development is not possible. There is no subject where they say, the experts say कि बस अभी ये subject एकदम fully developed है, इसके अंदर और कोई change होना possible नहीं है, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. हर सब्जेक्ट में कोई ना कोई चेंज, कोई ना कोई डेवलपमेंट हमेशा पॉसिबल होता है, और वो हमेशा होता ही रहता है. ठीक है, तो उसी तरह से कॉमर्स और बिजनेस जैसे सब्जेक्ट्स जो हैं, इकोनॉमिक्स जैसे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, उनमें डे बाय डे हर रोज दिन ब दिन उसमें कुछ ना कुछ नया जुड़ता जाता है. ओके, सो वी ऑल्सो विल बी स्टडिंग that the concepts like economic and non-economic activity. We'll be studying concepts like business, profession, employment, and many such concepts we'll be studying in the initial 2-3 chapters. Then the services of commerce, the aids to trade, they are also known as aids to trade. What are aids to trade? That also I'll tell you later. So those services also we are going to study right from your chapter 3rd. So 3, 4, okay, 3 and 4, 2, 3 and 4, some part of 2, 3 and 4, we will be studying the services like banking, insurance, warehousing, communication, transportation, etc. These we will be studying from some part in chapter number 2, then 3, 4 and 5. You also have certain types of businesses and forms of businesses. In forms of business you have certain topics like the sole proprietorship concern, partnership concern, cooperative society, Hindu undivided family and joint stock company. Now this is interesting. There are not many businesses that we see around us. There are not many shops that we see around us. There are certain shops which are run by, certain businesses which are run by only one person. He is the whole and soul of the business. He puts in money, he will make the decisions, he will run the business, and whatever profit he earns, he will be having that profit. That will be his, solely his. So such kind of organizations or business firms are known as sole proprietorship concerns. Partnership concern, भागीदारी पेड़ी. भागीदारी पेड़ी जहाँ पर भागीदार, जहाँ पर पार्टनर्स दो या दो से ज़्यादा लोग मिलकर साथ में काम करते हैं कॉमन ऑब्जेक्टिव के लिए. अगर एक आदमी से बिजनेस करना मुश्किल हो तो वो अपने साथ हो सकता है किसी और आदमी को जोड़ ले, और जो दूसरा आदमी जुड़ेगा वो अपने साथ कुछ प्रॉफिट भी, अपने साथ कुछ कैपिटल भी लाता है, कुछ पैसे लाता है, और वो पैसे बिजनेस में लगाए जाते हैं. दो लोग मिलकर काम कर सकते हैं. इस तरह से दो लोग जब मिलकर काम करते हैं एक ही बिजनेस में तो वो दोनों पार्टनर्स कहलाते हैं, तो भागीदार कहलाते हैं. इस तरह से भागीदारी पेड़ी, जिसे गुजराती में भागीदारी पेड़ी कहते हैं, उस तरह से पार्टनरशिप में देयर आर 2 people, 2 or maybe more than 2 people. There is a limit to a maximum number of people depending upon the business. So that's those kind of people when they work together and for a common objective, whatever profit is earned, they may share according to their understanding, whatever they have decided. उन्होंने जो भी पहले डिसाइड करके बिजनेस शुरू किया हो उस डिसीजन के अनुसार वो अपने उस प्रॉफिट को शेयर करते हैं, या तो इक्वली शेयर करते हैं, तो कुछ प्रॉफिट, कुछ पार्टनर्स ज़्यादा प्रॉफिट लेते हैं, कुछ पार्टनर्स कम प्रॉफिट लेते हैं. डिपेंड करता है उन्होंने क्या सोचा है, उनकी जो भी पहले प्री डिसाइडेड कंडीशंस होती हैं उसके आधार पर. कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी, जहाँ पर कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज एक्ट के तहत अगर कोई बिजनेस डेवलप किया जाता है, बिजनेस शुरू किया जाता है, जहाँ पर ऑब्जेक्टिव सिर्फ प्रॉफिट नहीं होता है बल्कि इकोनॉमिक अपलिफ्टमेंट ऑफ द मेंबर्स के इकोनॉमिक अपलिफ्टमेंट और वेलफेयर के लिए अगर बिजनेस शुरू किया जाता है तो उसे कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी कहा जाता है. HUF, हिंदू अनडिवाइडेड फैमिली, जब कोई फैमिली बिजनेस हो जो जनरेशन टू जनरेशन चलता है और जहाँ पर जो एल्डर मोस्ट मेंबर फैमिली का होता है वो उसका मेन मेंबर होता है, इज अ मेन मेंबर हु इज नोन एज अ कर्ता. So if that is the kind of business that is done, you will find this kind of businesses in India and some other country like Nepal and others. So such kind of business is known as HUF, Hindu Undivided Family. They've got the characteristics, their advantages, their suitability. कौन सी situation में, किस conditions में कौन सा फॉर्म जो है वो अपनाना चाहिए, उसकी suitability वगैरह भी हम लोग इसमें पढ़ेंगे. Then you have got joint stock company, this company form of organization. If you want to form a company, what all documents you need to submit to the registrar of the companies. Not only that, what all stages you need to follow. How would you do the primary preparation to start the company. That all things and the entire procedure of starting the company also will be studied. So in those chapters which are related to formation of company, which is a very important chapter, in that you will study the entire procedure of how the company starts. So that will be studied in that. Then we have got a chapter which is based on government institutions. Okay, so government institutions का एक chapter है. Then one chapter you have got on trade, that is international trade, internal trade, that will be studied. This likewise you have got various chapters and the basic concepts which you will be studying in this particular year. What I insist and I suggest that each and every term and concept which is going to be made very much clear and thorough to you, you will have to write down those concepts as and when we start with the actual studies and the first lesson of your textbook. I am going to give you definitions of certain basic concepts. You will be sitting at your home in your comfort zone and you will be writing those definitions. You will be learning and keep on reading those definitions so that they, so that you are able to remember them for a longer period of time. Because these definitions this year will be studying. Next year nobody will teach you those definitions again. Next year again what will happen? There will be something new that you will be studying. So whatever you have studied in 11th standard, maybe that will be washed out. But I don't want that to happen because these concepts are going to be useful till the end of your educational life. So till the time you are going to study, these concepts are going to be there. So I will just I'll just read out the chapters of your textbook, and I suggest one more thing. See if you can get a hard copy of the textbook. If there are some shops open in the morning time when the things are open, if any stationery shop or any textbook shops are open, you can get the book if possible. Don't go out of the way if possible. If not, try to get it from some of your, some people, some other students who have cleared their 11th standard and who are ready to lend their textbooks to you. You can get from them, maybe in your society, in your some relatives or anything. If you can manage that, that would be done. If not that also, you can just download the textbook from the net. So download the textbook, keep the textbook with you as a base when I teach. Whenever I teach, you should have some base to look in the textbook. If not physical textbook, you can have the online textbook, soft textbook in soft copy, so that you understand and correlate whatever I am teaching. So as I told you, your first chapter is related to nature, purpose and scope of business. The second is business services, third is also business services. That is all related to this. So second is related to this. First is all related to this. Second is related to this. This is banking and insurance and warehousing and all. Second, third is also related to this. Even fourth is also related to that. This is chapter 5 and 6. Then the government organizations that I told you, public sector, private sector and all. So those public sector, that is all your 7th chapter. Your 8th chapter is finance, business finance, where to get the money from, how to get the money, why at all we require money to run the business. Business चलाने के लिए पैसों की ज़रूरत क्यों है? अगर है, और कितनी ज़रूरत है? और अगर ज़रूरत जितनी भी ज़रूरत है वो पैसे कहाँ से आएंगे, क्या क्या सोर्सेज हैं, कहाँ से हम पैसे ले सकते हैं, तो पैसे किस तरह से कौन कौन से सोर्सेज से हम ले सकते हैं उसकी पूरी जानकारी, उसका पूरा का पूरा यहाँ पर व्यू दिया हुआ है. दैट इज इन चैप्टर नंबर 8. Chapter 9 is internal trade. Trade within the country is known as internal trade, domestic trade, local trade, and international trade is your chapter number 10. Chapter number 10 international trade is import and export. When one country trades with other country, it is known as international trade. It's foreign trade, international or foreign trade. So in that, import and export, and import procedure and export procedure. Now this is one important point here. Those people who are having that bent of mind और जिनको इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड और इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट में इंटरेस्ट है और जो आगे चलकर अपना बिजनेस या वो इसी लाइंस पर जाना चाहते हैं या जो इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट में अपना करियर बनाना चाहते हैं, अपना बिजनेस सेटअप करना चाहते हैं, उनके लिए ये लेसन बहुत ज़रूरी है. वो इस लेसन पर खास ध्यान दें क्योंकि यहाँ पर कौन कौन से डॉक्यूमेंट्स होते हैं जिनकी ज़रूरत होती है इंपोर्ट करने के लिए और चीज़ों को एक्सपोर्ट करने के लिए, वो सब कुछ पढ़ा जाएगा. तो इंपोर्ट के लिए क्या प्रोसीजर है और एक्सपोर्ट के लिए क्या प्रोसीजर है, कौन से डॉक्यूमेंट ज़रूरी होते हैं, वो कहाँ से पाए जाते हैं, वो सब कुछ आपको यहाँ पर इस चैप्टर में समझ में आएगा. तो जो लोग इंपोर्ट और एक्सपोर्ट में अपना करियर बनाना चाहते हो उनके लिए दिस लेसन इज क्वाइट इम्पॉर्टेंट. Then we also have one more lesson, social responsibility of business. How is business responsible to the society? See, whatever business does, it does for profit. So business is giving you goods and services and getting profit. But over and above that is what it is doing. That is only to the extent of profit only. But over and above that, what a business should be doing for the society. समाज के लिए बिजनेस का क्या कर्तव्य है, क्या फर्ज है, उसका सामाजिक कर्तव्य क्या है, वो भी हमें यहाँ पर पढ़ना होगा. जो लोग अपना बिजनेस सेटअप करना चाहते हैं उनको ये लेसन्स जानना ज़रूरी है क्योंकि जो अपना बिजनेस सेटअप करेंगे उनको ये जानना ज़रूरी है कि उनके समाज के प्रति उनकी क्या क्या जिम्मेदारी है. सिर्फ प्रॉफिट कमाना और सिर्फ उनको चीज़ें देना, दैट इज़ नॉट इनफ. You are giving them goods and services, so you are not doing any big responsibility. You are not doing anything great because you are earning out of it. That you are doing for yourself. But over and above that, what else you do and you can do and you should be doing for the society, that has to be studied. Not only those who are going to start their business, but also those who are going to have jobs. Those who are not interested in business and those who are interested in a proper job. For them also this subject is important because it deals with management. Now if you are going, if you join some institute if you join some organization as a manager or even as an executive or even as a trainee, you should know what are the functions of the management, what all things are done in an organization, how decisions are made, how they are to be implemented, how the reporting is done, how planning is done. So all these things are related to management and business. So all those people who are going to do their business, who are interested in setting up a business, those people who want to do their who want to start their own profession, or those people who do not want to do this too but want to only do a simple kind of job, for them also this subject is going to be of utmost importance. So we are going to focus on your future career and going to study this subject. I hope that we here and you, both of us have a long lasting, mutually satisfying academic relationship. I hope you gain utmost out of us, and I also ensure you that we will be giving you whatever we know, utmost knowledge that we have, we will be sharing with you, and you also try to grasp maximum things that you can, because this is the base year for your future. Stay tuned, keep connected, try to manage your textbook and take care. Bye bye.